The true profession of a man is to find his way to himself. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. The only way to deal with fear is to face it head-on. Wisdom cannot be imparted. Wisdom that a wise man attempts to impart always sounds like foolishness to someone else. If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves doesn't disturb us. The world, like ourselves, is a work in progress, and its unfinishedness is its greatest potential. One never reaches home, but wherever friendly paths intersect, the whole world looks like home for a time. I have been and still am a seeker, but I have ceased to question stars and books. I have begun to listen to the teaching my blood whispers to me. Our mind is capable of passing beyond the dividing line we have drawn for it. Beyond the pairs of opposites of which the world consists, other, new insights begin. Our mind is a machine for jumping to conclusions. The man who has no inner life is a slave to his surroundings. To be able to say how much you love is to love but little. We are sun and moon, dear friend. We are sea and land. It is not our purpose to become each other. It is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other and honor him for what he is, each the other's opposite and complement. A magic dwells in each beginning, protecting us, telling us how to live. The only reality is the one we carry within us. I live in my dreams. That's what you sense. Other people live in dreams, but not in their own. That's the difference. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. Everything becomes a little different as soon as it is spoken out loud. Every age, every culture, every custom and tradition has its own character, its own weakness and its own strength, its beauties and cruelties. It accepts certain sufferings as matters of course, puts up patiently with certain evils. Human life is reduced to real suffering, to hell, only when two ages, two cultures and religions overlap. I have always believed, and I still believe, that whatever good or bad fortune may come our way, we can always give it meaning and transform it into something of value. The only way to deal with fear is to face it head-on. I have been and still am a seeker, but I have ceased to question stars and books. I have begun to listen to the teaching my blood whispers to me. To hold our tongues when everyone is gossiping. To smile without hostility at people and institutions. To compensate for the shortage of love in the world with more love in small private matters. To be more faithful in our work. To show greater patience. To forego the cheap revenge obtainable from mockery and criticism. All these are things we can do. If you want to learn about the sea, first become a river and flow into it. There is no reality except the one contained within us. That is why so many people live such an unreal life. They take the images outside of them for reality and never allow the world within to assert itself. Not everything that steps out of line, and thus abnormal, must necessarily be inferior. To be able to say how much you love is to love but little. The call of death is a call of love. Death can be sweet if we answer it in the affirmative, if we accept it as one of the great eternal forms of life and transformation. You know quite well, deep within you, that there is only a single magic, a single power, a single salvation, and that is called loving. Well then, love your suffering. Do not resist it, do not flee from it. It is your aversion that hurts, nothing else. All men are prepared to accomplish the incredible if their ideals are threatened.